For Lakers, Game 2 is tonight, and SGA has the most consecutive 20-point games in NBA history at 140. That's after he broke Wilt Chamberlain's record earlier this season. But that's actually a regular season record, and it's still active, and that's what makes the Lakers, what they did in Game 1 of the conference semifinals, so impressive here, because they held SGA under 20 points for the first time all season long. So Kendrick Perkins, how exactly did they do it?
Well, Malika, listen, we call him Shea Butter for a reason. It's because he's smooth and he always get off, but the Lakers buttered him, okay? And they bobbled him up in a way that we've never seen before. Excellent game plan. I want you to look at Marcus Smart. Applying pressure, testing his handle, and then all of a sudden calls for the double team, traps him, get the ball out of his hand, and then you have LeBron James, one of the best in the business at reading plays, gets the steal, get out in transition. Okay, here we go in the second half. Again, all attention. They don't even care about Jalen Williams. They leave, LaRavia comes and trap. All of a sudden we're looking, great activity. Austin Reaves reads the play, you force a turnover. But unfortunately, it didn't work. You hold Shea to 18 points, but all of a sudden in those 18 plays that he was trapped, the rest of the Thunder went 8 for 13 from the field and 3 for 4 from the three-point line. So again, this is what makes the Thunder so dangerous, is because they have so much depth and so many guys that can play at an extremely high level that sometimes you don't need SGA to score 30 or 35 points.
And meanwhile, Perk, the Lakers are going to have to try to keep finding a way without Luka Doncic. And the Lakers, they went 10-8 in the games without Doncic during the regular season, but they only went 4-8 against eventual playoff teams, and they were outscored by almost 10 points per game in those contests. And Luka, he actually spoke about the rehab process for the first time yesterday.
Yeah, I'm running. Right now I'm running, but I haven't done any content. I haven't been clear yet to do any content. I'm just doing everything I can, like I said. Every day I'm doing stuff I'm supposed to do. Obviously recovery, now I'm working. Like I said, doctor said 8 weeks at the beginning of the first MRI. Just going day by day, and I feel better every day.
So let's just check in on the timeline here, right? Because it's been 5 weeks, actually exactly, since Luka's initial injury. That was on April 2nd, also against the Thunder. That means by his timeline, he's still 3 weeks away. Even if this series went a full 7 games, it seems unlikely that Luka would be back until the conference finals if the timeline that he's talking about stays the same here. So since we're talking about Luka, it doesn't seem like he's going to be coming in through the open door as the knight in shining armor anytime soon here, Brian. So for the Lakers to do the improbable, to even up this series, what needs to happen?
They did so many things well in Game 1.
They really did.
It's a little bit disheartening that they still lost by 18. One of the things they got to do is they got to get the turnovers down. And they forced a bunch of turnovers, as you were illustrating, but 18 turnovers for the Lakers. The Thunder are obsessed with possessions. The first stat that they look at during the games is how many possessions do we have? Before rebounds, before anything else, how many possessions? They actually played them even in possessions, guys, in this game. That is a victory because the Thunder beat everybody in possessions. But the 18 turnovers, they could have had a possession advantage. They only got 90 points. They're going to have a hard time scoring without Luka against this team. I know it's simple. Everybody says it. The Thunder are bred to cause turnovers. So, but that's a place to start. Keep the turnovers down. You give yourself a better chance.
Well, and you got to value the hockey assists, because we just showed on those highlights the turnovers came from guys trying to either make the assist, the home run pass.
Right.
You got to make the hockey assist, the pass to the pass. But I'm going to say this. Austin Reaves, he has to show up. He has to show up. Rich Paul caught a lot of heat on his podcast with him and Max Kellerman. I forget the name of it, but when he said, hey, it's Austin Reaves and Luka guys that you go build your franchise around. And the answer is, can you deliver, Luka? Austin Reaves. Bron needs you. We can't put too much ownership on Marcus Smart. He got the assignment of guarding SGA. I know they double teaming him in the half court, but he putting so much energy in picking them up 94 feet, denying them and stuff like that. So this is a moment for Austin Reaves. He's auditioning right now.
And we're going to hear more on the plan for Austin Reaves tonight because he is coming off an injury of his own. But I kind of am expecting 2 things in this game.
From the NBA, Shams Charania reporting that Knicks forward OG Anunoby Anunoby has been diagnosed with a hamstring strain in his day-to-day. You remember he limped off the court in the closing minutes last night, and he's listed as questionable for tomorrow's Game 3 in Philly. Anunoby is New York's second leading scorer in the playoffs. We'll have more on that with Brian Windhorst in just a bit. But looking at tonight's games, we got 2 more Game 2s tonight, with the Lakers down 1-0 to the Thunder. The Lakers struggled on offense in Game 1, scoring just 90 points, their fewest in a playoff game since 2021 versus the Suns. This is the 4th straight game where the Lakers have scored fewer than 100, tied for their longest streak in a single postseason since 2012. Now let's bring in our NBA reporter Dave McMenamin, who's in OKC covering the Lakers. Dave, LA kept Game 1 pretty close for 2.5 quarters before the Thunder just pulled away, so it wasn't completely doom and gloom for the Lakers. How do they rebound from this?
Yeah, Molly, start talking about the offense. And when you talk about the Lakers offense right now, you have to look at Austin Reaves. He shot just 3 for 16 in Game 1. Now, it was only his 3rd game back after missing a month because of an oblique injury. But he said nobody cares about that context. I got to be better. And the entire offense needs to take care of the ball better. They had 18 turnovers, leading to 20 points for the Thunder in Game 1. And they also shot just 10 for 30 from deep, from three-point land. So if they clean up those things, they feel like their defensive strategy was pretty effective, particularly on the reigning MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He was held to 18 points. He had 7 turnovers. Now, JJ Redick, when I spoke to him yesterday, he said we need to be better in the non-Shai minutes. When Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was on the bench in Game 1, the Thunder outscored the Lakers by 9 points.
Wow. Well, what about Luka Doncic? We know he spoke to reporters on Wednesday for the first time since suffering a grade 2 hamstring strain, and he admits it's frustrating watching his teammates. So what more can you share with us about his return?
The minor bit of good news is that he has progressed to running on the court, but he hasn't done any sort of contact drills yet. And when I asked him pointedly, when this series shifts to Los Angeles, are you going to try to ramp up and try to play? He pointed to the 8-week time frame he was given from the doctor when he initially got the MRI. Game 4 is only at 6 weeks. Right now we're at 5 weeks. And so when you're talking about 8 weeks, that would suggest he's nowhere close to a return. Now, he didn't flat out say that he would not return this series, but his body language and his answers led all of us in the room with him yesterday to believe that we're not going to see Luka Doncic in this series against the Thunder.
Yeah, body language speaks volumes. And looking at tonight, the Lakers 15.5-point underdogs for the 2nd straight game. That would once again be the largest underdog LeBron has ever been. You can catch more of Dave at 3 Eastern on NBA Today. Dave, thanks so much.
Okay, for more on the Lakers Thunder, let's bring in our senior NBA reporter, Brian Windhorst. And Windman, you know, you got Luka's absence. That ain't the only issue for LA. You got Austin Reaves, and he struggled in that game. He's coming off that oblique strain. He was 3 for 16 from the field, had a team high 4 turnovers in Game 1. What do you make of the struggles? Is this him trying to work his way back or what?
Yes, and the fact that the Thunder are hard on him. The Thunder are hard on a lot of guards. If you go back and look at the regular season, Reaves played 3 games against the Thunder, and he didn't perform well. He shot 23% on three-pointers. He averaged about 14 points a game. They play very rough. A big part of Austin's game is he creates the contact, is able to get to the line, and then he plays off of that. The Thunder, as is infamous in the NBA, are the ones who create the contact. They have a bunch of big physical guys on the perimeter, and because Luka isn't there, all of their defenders move up a level. So, look, I expect Austin Reaves to play better. I expect him to make more of an impact. But this is not the situation that is perfect for Austin Reaves to have a huge series.
Okay, let's talk about then OKC and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's coming off what really could be considered a subpar game for him, for his standards. He scored less than 20 for the first time in about a year. But what are you thinking about tonight? What are you thinking you're going to see out of the SGA tonight?
Yeah, the Thunder have a very high standard for themselves. So even though they won Game 1 by 18 points and covered that historic spread, they did not feel they played well, and nor did Shai feel like he played well. And they're not focused on just beating the Lakers. They're focused on ramping up and building on what they expect to be a long run to trying to defend their championship. And so that's a long way of saying I expect number 2 to come out tonight and try to have a much more impactful performance. I mean, he had not scored under 20 points in a game all season. And here he scores 18, and he was on the court in the fourth quarter. So I would be worried if I were the Lakers that I might see a much more aggressive Shea tonight.
And Chet Holmgren has really been great for them. I'm just curious, what about Jalen Williams? Do we get any update on when we could possibly see him back for OKC?
Well, he is day to day, and he is, closer to a return than, say, Luka is because he is doing contact. But as long as the Thunder stay ahead, he has had 3 hamstring injuries in this season. They are very protective of the long haul here. So while we could see him in this series, I expect them to be very conservative in bringing him back.
Okay, Windman with the very latest. Thank you, Brian.
And still to come, Knicks fans can breathe a sigh of relief for a key member of New York's squad. Wendy has the latest in what it means going forward. Meanwhile, the Spurs evened up their series against the Wolves. Is it time to stop doubting this young team and their playoff experience? And can the Cavs bounce back against the Pistons tonight? We'll dive deep into the pressure that Cleveland's 2 superstars face to get the job done.
Aaron Rodgers. What is your bet? Do you think he signs this week?